How is that? Oh, I think I'm coming through now. Chat, am I coming through? How's that, chat? I've got on my screen. Yeah, okay, cool. So that guy got disqualified at the start of the sprint race. I'm not too sure whether the minute break was adhered to or whether that guy just missed it. But we are carrying on racing. I assume that guy maybe just missed the start of the race and got disqualified. How is the picture? Big question, how is the picture and the quality, please? Any feedback would be much appreciated. TD's not gone back yet, but when he is, hopefully you'll be able to hear him. I might do another sound check just for TD when he gets back. But we are into the sprint race now, lap 3 of 14. Venicus opting for the soft compound on the first stint. Should just be a soft to medium, medium to soft. If you're watching Tuesday, that's pretty much what everyone did. So deflated. The longer he can stay with the Venicus in that DRS range, the better it is for him. Yeah, please, any feedback on the stream quality right now? Picture isn't jumping about anymore. Quality is alright as well. Okie doke. Alright. We will make do with this, and if this is better, I may be able to do this every week. I'm not too sure yet.
Hi.
Hello. The stream is up again, and we seem to be loving life.
I tell you what, I'm over now because I've got a chocolate fudge cake.
Well, keep talking, Tom, and please can you let us know, chat, if you can hear him.
Can you hear me? Hi. Hello. Yeah, you can hear me.
Hello, Ground Effect Racing League. Nice to have you with us. We tend not to use the telemetry in the race just because we don't want drivers watching the stream figuring out how much ERS everyone's got. That's just the reason for it. Just in the interest of fairness. He sounds like he's in a wheelie bin. Right.
I am.
He is in a wheelie bin. Okay. I'm not sure what I can do about that, to be honest.
Me like this. This is better. I don't know if this is better, but yeah.
Sorry if you're just tuning in. We've had a lot of stream issues today, and I'm not the best with technology. Big fight though, almost going 4 wide. Jacob sends it, and that's not good from Jacob there. He looked to he didn't want to get overtaken basically, so just broke as late as he could, and in the end it caused a big pile up. So yeah, that's
Marlow isn't having fun on that 5 of sprint races this week. Into turn 1.
right. Let's worry less about the stream, because at the end of the day we've actually got a stream, so we're in a better place than what we were. Let's focus more on the action, shall we? Venicus 3-second time penalty. Obviously, you Eagle Eye viewers will have seen that by now. Deflated now with those medium compound tyres.
I've turned my headset on and off, so it might sound a little bit better.
Well, hopefully that works. I actually think this picture is the stream quality is better than what I've been doing thus far, which is very frustrating. A few drivers pitting. Joseph, Aya, Richie. No, Frog, not Richie.
Oh, what happened to that guy?
That guy missed the start, and
Oh
the
dear.
fact that there was no restart indicated that the 3-minute break was adhered to. So, yeah, I think that guy just missed the start. But America still leads this race. 3-second time penalty will be costly, although everyone is advised to avoid channeling their inner Chivers from Tuesday night, where he got disqualified from time penalties in the sprint race. That is a deflated whistle. Not ideal. But I reckon this could be the lap. And what I was going to say, this is going to be the lap where deflated gets the lead of the race.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
he's done a U.
Shut
But yes, Deflated didn't need to break a sweat there, taking the lead of the race with Renniker's pitting. That 5-second penalty may cost him a spot in the top 3. He shouldn't lose a place to Greg, only if those time penalties get bigger for Evanicus. He may lose 4th place to Greg. Other people boxing this lap, Padge, Smaller, Smiley. As we follow the leaders round in the bowels of Qatar. Beautiful part of the track this, the triple right. Taking inspiration, I'm sure, from
amazing
from the quad left-hand corner in Turkey. If you know, you know. It's a late call from CM21, but was very keen to stick with Deflated. But obviously Josh, being Deflated's teammate, does not want to pit this lap. He has been double stacking behind his teammate all season. So he doesn't want to do that again. So it's push time for Josh. I would say hammer time, but he's in the wrong team.
Hammer time. I just want to say it to them.
Easy. Good pace. Seen too much of him this season actually, so it's nice to see Bloisy out there full stop, but seems to have some good pace on him. Got a 4-second gap over Greg. Richie's towards the back. Evanicus has come out 2 seconds ahead of Deflated by pitting 1 lap earlier. So
I imagine Deflated will catch up quite a bit with the soft tyres compared to the medium.
I guess the biggest news is CM21 is 1.4 behind after entering the pits 2/10 behind. So he's lost a whole load of time.
You always seem to lose a lot of time in the pits. I don't know why, but you always seem to. It's weird.
We have pit stops on immersive in IRL, so maybe CM21 mistimed his box entry, although having said that, it is possibly the easiest thing to do on this game is to time it in the purple. Top Gun went for a very big undercut. Maybe he had some damage to fix, but he's been on those mediums a few laps longer than Evanicus as Josh. In fact, all of the top 4 boxing. Just in case you want to do around here and you're not too sure why a pit stop is mandatory, the sprint race format within the game itself seems to be a little bit bugged and a little bit broken. So this is officially a 25% length race, but it will only hold the amount of points that a sprint race gives. So 8 points for the winner, 7 points for second, and so on. Ivanicus does retake the lead of the race, but with that 8-second time penalty, he will be dropping, as things stands, to 4th. Top Gun's penalty will keep him behind Ivanicus, but deflated.
Just about.
It's currently in the net lead of this race, and let's have a look at the battle between these 4. Well, these 6 actually. Jellyman's just got past Frog in the background. We'll revisit the penalties shortly, but this is the battle to be on board with. Ayahuasca battling hard to keep Codcamper, Joseph, Bloisey, Jellyman and Frog behind. Greg and Smaller Smiley battling with Padge at the moment, all outside the points, but time penalties could find their way in them. The only 2 drivers in this big battle not to have penalties so far is Codcamper and Frog, the 2 McLaren lads. Doing
Joseph and Bloisey get there.
On board then Joseph as Bloisey seems to have fixed his internet. And I don't mean that in a negative way, but safe to say, some drivers in the past have been rather irritated by Bloisey's connection problems. But he seems to have fixed it, so not too sure what you've done, Bloisey, but it's working. Jellyman Tim looks for a move on Joseph, looks to squeeze him off track. Joseph gets a penalty for that, so knowing Joseph as we do, he'll probably ask to get that removed by the steward. Jellyman's still over it again. This is a very good battle. Bloisey up ahead, right on the tail. Codcamper with his best result last week on the podium in Japan. John says undercut is very powerful, but if you undercut, your tyres are dead at the end, so
very true.
Here comes Jellyman. DRS in operation. Joseph Hale's red light flashing at the back of the car, less than 10% or 15% ERS. Either way, he's very low. Same with Codcamper. Bloisey gets that move done. 10%. Thank you very much, Tom.
You're welcome.
The Top Gun in the foreground, just ahead of this group. Codcamper does get a penalty, so NRT Frog here could jump from 11th to P6 if he can keep it clean, but Jellyman here is the one to watch. He's making the moves. Bloisey could be one to watch out for as well, then that main straight DRS overtake is on. He can stay this close.
I reckon it'll be close between Bloisey and Top Gun if Bloisey can get past ISU.
Josh is also closed up on CM21, so Josh is using the freshest tyres on the grid at the moment to catch up, and there he goes with the DRS. CM21 didn't have it on deflated, so there goes Josh. And now the battle rages between both Red Bulls as Bloisey gets past Aya with DRS. Jellyman looking for a move past Cod. Oh, and Jellyman's lost it. Jellyman is off at turn 1. And struggling to get back on the track. Those tyres are very warm right now. So Josh up into seconds, and will be battling his teammate as in the background we've got Joseph Hales making a big mistake out of turn number 6, I believe, or 7.
Which one?
The left-handed hairpin, yes.
Left hand or right hand?
6. Turn 6.
6. Yeah. Deflated and Josh have just going through turn 6.
Leviticus now with a third time penalty. Now up to 11
He will
seconds.
drop to P4 in a minute.
Josh here is on fire right now. He has got the move done on CM21, got within DRS range of his teammate, has now overtaken his teammate, all within the space of 1 lap. So with 2 to go, Josh is beating his teammate at the moment. Frog has been overtaken by Greg down the main straight. So Greg could be the one to perhaps inherit 3 or so places from time penalties. Currently both of those outside the points, so they'll be looking to close up to that battle for 6th. As Joseph Hales gets a time penalty, 14th place at the moment. Jacob will probably get a penalty for that turn 1 incident. So really only 4 drivers, as I say, NLT Frog gets penalty. Only 4 drivers potentially could be penalty free this race. And Josh is starting to...
Greg that it'll be P6.
And Josh is just showing signs of dropping his teammate here. I'm sure Josh would love to win on track, but with Leviticus' 11 seconds, I don't think he needs to risk an overtake here. He just needs to make sure that he beats his teammate. The gap at the top of the standings, in case you missed the stream intro, is 31 points. Deflated leads Josh. And after tonight, we will only have 6 rounds remaining. These penalties will be very costly come the feature race, which is happening in a little over 5 minutes' time.
About 8 minutes, I reckon. No, it'll be more because we have to set the grid.
Yeah. So Leviticus has led this race every single lap, aside from that pit stop period. But he will not win this sprint race. He will drop to
P4.
P4 unless Top Gun can gain a few tenths in his final sector. Leviticus takes the flag, but Josh takes the win in Qatar sprint. CM21 on the sprint podium. This is Top Gun, and he's lost a few seconds in that last sector, so he will have to settle for P5. Bloisey beats Aya and Cod, but Greg will jump from P9 to P7, so Bloisey keeps hold of 6th place as Camper gets pushed out of the points unceremoniously. Jacob, Frog, Smaller Smiley, Richie, Jollyman Tim after fortunate spin earlier. Joseph Hales also struggled a little bit in the sprint race, but all of this info is useful for the drivers for the feature race.
Come on, Jordan, give us donuts. You know you want to. Give us donuts. Come on. You know you want to. Come on, Jordan.
He's slowing down.
Yeah.
And for once, we've actually got a good broadcast camera of it. That's a wall, mate. You need to stop.
2 donuts, one there.
He almost crashed into a wall. He's not very good at donuts.
He's terrible. I'm gonna message him.
What are you going to message him?
Jordan. Let me find him on Snapchat. Right. Jordan Hales. You are swear word at donuts.
So the sprint podium is only the first challenge for tonight. Josh beats his teammate by 3/4 of seconds. Nothing really to separate them on pace, only that couple of tenths for the fastest lap. Which does go to CM21, but no extra points. 8 points goes to Josh, gains a point on his teammates, means effectively the gap at the top is now just 30 points between Deflated and Josh. Josh, two-time champion of AT1, the last 2 seasons. Deflated yet to win a singles championship in an F1 car. CM21 gets on the podium. Levenicus, after a brilliant pole position lap, couldn't convert it into a sprint victory. Top gun from P17 to P5. That's good going. And driver of the day will be decided via a driver vote after the race in the Discord, because it is sponsored this week by the lovely IIRL Padge. He will be offering £10, 10 of Great Britain's finest pounds, to the winner of the driver of the day vote. So after the race, have a look in Discord, vote for your driver of the day. So yes, I believe the string quality has held up, so I'm very grateful for that. Do you think your car had a fuel leak or something? It does leak a lot of fuel, yes. Qatar does. Generally speaking, most people are losing close to a lap within a sprint race. So,
probably a race where I lost 1.5 laps of fuel in a sprint race.
I lost 1 lap, but that could be just to do with driving style.
That's because you last slow.
I'm going to try something to try and fix TD's audio.
Cool.
Try talking now, Tom.
Game tag.
Oh, German. Very sophisticated of you. Hopefully there's no more echo demon, but let us know if there is. What was the result of Tuesday's vote then? The 3 voted didn't help. Okay, maybe leave the party and rejoin, Tom. I'll take it off invite only.
Okay.
What was the result of Tuesday's vote then? Yeah, the 3 nominated were John, Ryan, and myself. I humbly have to pronounce this without being smug. It's quite difficult. No, people voted for me, so thank you very much for your votes. I appreciate that. I'm not the quickest, but yeah, I'm very grateful for your votes. So yes, I'll be spending £10 on. Well, it'll be a brand new laptop, obviously. Tom for a bit, Tom.
I feel a bit sick.
Right. Okay. I think it's just TD. Well, I don't know.
Well, put up with it. Well.
I can try and fix some stuff, but can't promise anything's going to work, I'm afraid. So we are just sorting out a custom grid. It's all sorted. That guy's here. He's chosen a car. That's good news for him. I do not know.
I've got 7 mentions in Discord.
I've closed Discord due to streaming issues, so I have no idea what people have been saying. I'm not sure I can fix the audio at the moment. I'll need to do a bit of research, if that's okay with everyone. The main thing is we've got a stream and it's clear, it's visible, it's able to be included on the highlight stream at the end of the season. And the one thing this may scupper is the interviews after the race. We may not be able to do interviews after the race. There's one thing we can try, Tom, and that's closing the party and starting a new one.
I have no idea to this.
We'll try it in the hope that it'll work. Hopefully this works. Well, we will find out in a minute. In the meantime, while we wait for
Yeah, I think it's still the same to me.
okay, well, we try. In the meantime, let's have a chat about our feature driver for tonight. In case you're new around here, or you're not too sure what feature driver means, here at IRL, we get to know our drivers a little bit better. They fill out a form that's all about them. They can fill in as much or as little detail as possible as they want, and we read it out on stream, and we cover one driver per week in an attempt to get to know our grid a little bit better. Tonight, we have TD's boyfriend, Joseph Hales.
Deferred my boyfriend, thank you.
Joseph Hales has been a part of this league for quite a while. He's 20 years of age, from, and I quote, the Garden of England, otherwise known as Kent. I think that's quite a poetic way of just saying Kent, but I dig it. He works as a graphic designer. His hobbies and interests include, and I quote here, reporting deflated weed to the stewards. He races on a wheel, more specifically a Fanatec Club Sport base with Formula V2 add-on, and his favourite driver TD is Mahavir
Me.
Raghunathan.
Yeah, that's me.
You wish. His best track, or his favourite track, is Silverstone, and his racing strengths include qualifying pace and race pace. His goals for season 5.
His race pace was nowhere in that sprint race.
that laugh. His goals for season 5 are to get some wins and some podiums here and there. And this interesting fact about himself, and I quote, I'm a lap one merchant.
Yeah, that's right. One lap merchant.
No, it says lap one merchant.
Yeah, well,
not a one lap merchant.
It looks like a one lap merchant.
It looks like a one lap merchant, but he says lap one merchant. So
both.
But that is Joseph. He's been a part of this league a long, long time. I'll just read out some of the stats that he's accumulated over the last few seasons.
I have a record but for him that were
Come on.
the most amount of disputes in a season.
It's not mean to, but Joseph, this will be his 81st or 82nd race. He has 5 pole positions to name, 3 race wins so far, 16 podiums, and 45 of those 80 races has been in the points. 15 DNFs, not too bad considering the ratio of races. And with a good points finish tonight, he will go above 500 total points in the league. So that'll be a good milestone for Joseph to hit, tonight's featured driver. I imagine we'll be getting going very shortly. So let's turn to the race. No formation lap, remember, because of the issues we've had in recent weeks. So as soon as we see the cars, they will be starting the race and we'll have a look at the tyre strategies. Yes, just catching up with chat. But yes. Yeah, I don't think there's anything left to say. On Sunday, the management of the league will be having a meeting about season 6. So if there's anything you want to be discussed, or chatted about, or considered for next season, get that in the Discord ASAP. Otherwise, we may not have a chat about it in as much detail as you want. So we'll try and get round to that on Sunday. And here we go. It's a Red Bull lockout with 2 Williams and 2 Mercedes in the top 3 as well. And it's a good start from Josh. Pulls to the inside as most drivers in F1 do nowadays. In turn 1, a little bit wide from deflated, but gets away with it. There's a big collision at the back, and it's smaller Smiley once again with Jacob. So, not the first time that's happened. And yeah, Smaller said to me before the race that last week nothing really happened to him in terms of incidents, but I think he may have jinxed himself slightly. It's happened in both races here in Qatar so far, but still early doors and early days. No time penalties is the goal for this race. As Josh on the harder compound tyre leads the way. Loisy has dropped behind Top Gun, but is using a slower set of tyres at this early portion of the race. Expect to see moves from Camper Joseph, that guy. And Top Gun getting past his teammate Richie on the opening lap. Already 3 warnings for track limits and gets time penalty. Big fight, not big fat, big fight. Going on towards the back end of the field, that guy in Iyer. That guy going around the outside of Iyer in turn 1. Lovely move there. He hasn't got tyre advantage, of course, but still got to make that move stick. As Joseph said he'd be on the move, and indeed he is. Up into 8th place now. Top 10 are getting points, as per normal. So look at positions gained so far. Joseph Hales, wow. He said he was a lap 1 merchant. He's up 8 places already. That guy's up 6. Got camper up a couple. It's could be to do with Jacob and Smaller's unfortunate turn 1 collision as well. And DRS next lap will be enabled, so not down this main straight. Deflated will have to use his slipstream and battery if he wants to get this move done. He isn't using any battery. Oh, his teammate moves to the right. A little bit late there. Deflated has to back out of it, and now Josh has forced him off track. Ever so slightly. The Top Gun's now past the Venicus because the Venicus had to back out of that.
Oh dear, Venicus.
And the Venicus got a track limits penalty in the process, yeah. I think one thing sparked the next thing there, and it all started with Josh's, I'm going to say, relatively late defence into turn one. Wasn't attracting a lot of attention behind as he's slipped ever so slightly out of DRS range. He's using a bit of battery to try and get himself back into DRS range of the top 5, but if it doesn't, he might be very susceptible behind Cobb Camper, Joseph, Greg, that guy, Frog, Aya, Jellyman, and Richie. And Moisey, the latest driver to get their first track limits penalty of the race. DRS is now enabled, so Deflated getting that move done. Now I wonder if Deflated can use those medium compound tyres and start to build a gap on his teammate. Remarks on how aggressive the likes of Avenicus Top Gun CM21 will be behind Josh. They know they've got a tyre advantage right now in this portion of the race, but in the second stint, assuming there's no safety cars, of course, Josh will be the only one. He will be on the mediums. But TD, what is the quickest strategy here in your opinion? Because some people go hard to medium, some people go medium to soft.
I would say medium soft, but yeah, I don't know. Some people find hard medium faster. Sometimes they can't control the tyres when they get warm in terms of sliding and keeping them under temperature. So that's why some of them are run hard.
I guess it depends on your tyre pressure as well. If you're running high tyre pressures, it will help you in this stage of the race where you have heavy fuel load on the car, but it will accumulate more tyre wear. So maybe Josh has opted for a bit more tyre pressure, who knows? Venicus, nice defense from him.
Kind of playing a long game.
I think if I was him, I would do exactly the same thing. So he just needs to make sure that he doesn't lose too many places. The longer this stint goes on, the hard compound will be better than the mediums. Jellyman and NRT Frog having a collision, it would seem, at turn number 6. So plenty of incidents maybe for the stewards to look at after the race. Have to wait and see, of course, what gets submitted. No real movement at the front here. CM21 not in striking distance, but in DRS range. Russia going for the move. DRS open. The plate doesn't have it, of course, so a simple switch for the lead. Joseph Hales, we said he started 16th place. He's up 10 places right now, up into P6, and defending from 5 drivers behind him. I wonder if Joseph has any kind of capability to close up to the top 5.
Oh, he did say that his only practice was going to be qualifying, so he still is getting into the groove a little bit.
Joseph got 9 seconds of time penalties in the sprint race, so generally speaking, the penalties do go down for the feature race after the sprint because you're used to the track, you're kind of in a rhythm with it. Just makes it a little bit easier to manage. In the next few laps, we're going to start to see Josh's tyres in a little bit better condition than that medium compound that half the field are running. It's deflated, moves to the inside and retakes the lead. Loisy also using DRS to make a move, this time on Joseph Hales. Gambler's just dropped back out of DRS range, but has a fight on his hands trying to keep Greg, that guy, Aya behind. No real battles towards the back end of the field. Worth noting at this moment in time, Frog and Jellyman battling the end of Sector 1. They've already had some kind of incident. Zavenicus has gone wide out of turn 8, and he's lost a couple of places. He's just drops back behind both Williams. If I can talk today, that'd be great. Guy looking to get himself into 9th place out of Greg. Just runs off at one of the fast right-handers. Don't know what turn number it is. 14 maybe. Plenty of moves. Josh overtakes for the lead. Joseph Hales back past Bloisy. That guy and Aya both past Greg.
Holy shit, those are getting there first.
Switchback attempt. Top Gun on Josh. Josh to the inside. Well, Top Gun's swinging around the outside. He's got the room. Might have been off track slightly when he got that overtake done. Somehow they're going side by side through that section, and Top Gun does get that overtake done. Very nice indeed. But now Top Gun needs to mash that throttle into the ground and not to allow deflated that 1 second gap he wants. That guy has 2 time penalties this lap. This is not great. So easily done. Venicus not close enough to challenge CM21 for a spot in the top 4. Bloisy and Joseph once again swapping places. Nice little battle. This is turning out to be. This honestly could happen for the rest of the race. Bloisy and Joseph. But they are on different tyre strategies, so something has to give eventually. Got Camper running nicely in P8. Oh, as we have a spinner, we've got Padge at turn number 2 at the exit. That's a good Camper. Not under any pressure or in a position to make an overtake right now, but that guy with his time penalties looking to make some moves up the field. Aya holds on to the last point, but he's in a battle with Greg, Richie and Jacob for that at the moment. Both Alfa Romeos not having the best races. Top Gun has made a move for the lead of the race. So I wonder if Deflated has made some kind of issue in those right-handed corners. Or maybe this is tactical because Deflated has the DRS and overtakes for the lead. Josh is out! What? Josh has crashed!
Oh dear.
Oh! And that is a nasty one. Full course safety car.
I can't lie, I was on board with it, but I wasn't really paying attention.
Oh,
So
TD,
what's happened?
clip your last minute and
I
rewatch.
am watching it.
You need to know if there was contact or if Josh just dropped it.
I can't lie, I was falling asleep.
Well,
Oh.
maybe my commentary's that boring.
I think he got clipped by Taz.
5th time this season. Josh, was it contact with CM21?
I think he just got that motion there. Yeah,
Well,
he gets a little here.
Oh, goodness. Well, it couldn't have happened at a worse corner because that's the only real barrier that's actually on this track. So yeah, CM21 has accidentally, I'm sure, but very slightly nudged Josh at the exit turn 1. And well, every time this season Josh has retired from the race, Deflated has gone on to win. So if that were to happen again, the gap out front would be 55 points. And it's safe to say the whole stream feels for you there, Josh, because you know, I'm sure CM21 didn't mean it, obviously, but Josh is in that title fight with Deflated, and as I say, this is the multiple time it's happened this season, and there's nothing really I can say that will make that any better or any worse.
The TD curse continues.
It's not because you're here, Tom. It's to do with racecraft. Some drivers are okay being in trains, being so close to the car in front. Other people that make mistakes. You miss your braking spot, you have some bits of contact here and there. It's just to do with racecraft and awareness on track. Some people are more gifted than others. Excuse me, I'm very good at that, and you know it, so you can shut up.
No.
And for the first time in recent memory, certainly the last 3 or 4 races, every single person has pit under a single safety car. No one stayed out there.
Interesting to see what people are on soft. And the people that are on soft will have to pit again. You could do a little call for the safety car in, I imagine.
So those on the softs will be doing another soft run, all 6 of them right now. Those on the hard compound will stay out. Those on the mediums will probably stay out as well. But their tyres, they will be screaming at the end. And safety car will be in next lap. I wonder if anyone, no one pitting for a different compound of tyre. As we are, let's have a look at the penalty zone. So Venica Top Gun with 3 seconds apiece, Bloisy and that guy, both on 6. Richie on 3, Frog on 6, and half the field, more than half the field, without a type penalty in the opening 12 laps. That's good going.
I did that. I didn't get more until lap 15. and then I ended up with 6 seconds. Yawn. Tired.
Well, let's have a chat then to keep you awake. Who are you going to be keeping an eye out for on this restart, or for the rest of this race? Who's in a good position, would you say?
Joe.
Yeah, Joseph looking pretty good. No time penalties. CM21 gets it.
The Vernicus is going to pit again. Top Gun's got a penalty.
CM21 could be penalised from the steward,
Yeah.
Josh. So could be a P2 for Joseph if he plays his cards right. Or could even be a race win.
P1 because the third is the first as well.
I get that you're trying to help Josh. You feel guilty that you've cursed him, but you shouldn't wish anyone. You shouldn't wish anyone to crash. So question marks for this restart will be: are those hard tyres up to temperature? They've had no real push laps to go to base their tyre temperature off, so it's just going to be how they've managed under the safety car, and are there going to be any pile-ups? Safety cars generally will cause more safety cars, as we know. The Prix has got a pretty good restart there, but CM21 is in the slipstream, probably using some battery. Any moves into turn 1, we've got Bloisey making a move on Quad Camper. Rick having a look at that guy down the inside, but not quite close enough to challenge into turn 1. Vanicus could be the one to watch out for in this opening lap with those brand new soft set compound tyres. Deflated has 2 warnings, said Josh, so this could be very much squeaky bum time for Mr. Deflated. If he keeps it clean, he gets no penalties from here on in with 2 warnings. And 16 laps to go. I'll be very impressed.
Just for one.
He's got through this restart pretty well. Padge is a couple of seconds back, and it's a good team battle between Small Swemmy and Jellyman. I think perhaps those 2 alphas need to work together, but throwing Jellyman and swapping places here. This is a very intense looking battle.
Yeah, 6 different persons got there.
Jellyman will go for it around the outside of his teammate. He brakes later. Wow. Oh, what a move. Jellyman's in. Take a bow, son. That was very nice indeed. He's done it! Any football fans out there? Yeah, lovely move from Jellyman. Double overtake on his teammate, who I think wisely backs out there. Those hard tyres weren't going to give him the grip he needed in the first corner, so just thinking about his front wing and his safety.
Top 6 pulling away.
Turning into a game of chicken at the moment. Without DRS enabled, it's really who's going to be the one to make the first move, and it's also who's going to be the one to get the next time penalty. Aya gets past that guy for a spot in the top 9. right now there's no real tyre advantage going on. Loise's not been able to get ahead of Top Gunner Joseph. Venicus hasn't been able to make a move. And it's going to be even worse once DRS comes into play. Because CM21 can use that to defend from Venicus. So, I reckon those on the hard compounds are sitting pretty right now. Those soft tyres are not giving an excess of grip that they would have hoped that it would have. Something perhaps for 82 drivers watching the stream to keep in mind. 82 will be here in Qatar Sunday night. Same format once again, short quali. 25% sprint race, 50% feature. Venegas. Using any battery, so he's not in a rush to get this move done. Maybe he's just trying to force CM21 into making a mistake, and there is that mistake, running wide at turn 1. Time penalty. Maybe now Venegas will start to be a bit more aggressive. Maybe go for this overtake. Pile the pressure on. They say you should never beat a man when he's down, but in this kind of race, you do need to put that pressure on the other drivers. Greg, ahead of Camper now. Running in 7th. Camper can run to the end though, so we'll get that 7th place back, and we'll get 2 more places once Louisiana Venicus pit. I imagine the pit window for those soft runners will be around about that 20 or 21. So keep an eye out in about 3 or 4 laps time. CL21 close enough in turn 1 here. Deflated goes defensive. CM21 gets half a car's width ahead. Deflated brakes later and keeps the lead. CM21 just casually driving off the track. Maybe saying hello to a marshal. There goes Venicus. Oh, could have ended a lot worse in the end. Nothing doing. Loisy has had lost quite a bit of time in the last lap. He's lost 1.2 seconds in the last lap. So he's clearly had some kind of issue. Or maybe he just doesn't have the pace of these top 5. In terms of covering the leading group, it's been very fascinating. Usually you kind of see 1 or 2 making a mistake and dropping out of DRS range as Bloisy gets another time penalty.
That is a commentator.
No, it's not. I'm talking about the top 5. But yeah, so far this race, it's very much been big train. Like it's trying to stick with it. Gets a time penalty as a result. Venegas takes the lead. Oh, there's a spinner! CM21! And Joseph went off. That was the spinner I was talking about. CM21 just on a snap, which he corrected. Joseph Hales is off. And that is a commentator's curse, I will admit.
Yeah, he's admitted it.
We were just talking about how these top 5 have been in such a close train for the whole race. And as soon as I say it, so it happens. But
and the who's got a chance of the podium again?
Camper.
And then it has to pit again.
And he's got time penalty. And Deflated's got a time penalty as well.
And I think there's a man behind him.
Greg.
A man who probably should have got the win last week.
Oh my goodness, this is coming full circle, isn't it? Cook Camper must be thinking, what is happening?
Okay, lovely lash.
It's yeah. I'll let you chat decide what happened at turn 1. Who was at fault there? Joseph into the pits and speeds, but he gives up anyway.
I think he's a bit annoyed.
Yes, maybe we didn't see exactly what happened. We only just saw a brief camera angle, and we saw a couple of people making tracks off the track. So I wonder if there was any contact between CM21 and Joseph there, because
I will get
did see BRT CM21 have a bit of a snap. Then Joseph flew off the track. So I wonder if we can put 2 and 2 together and assume what happened there. Venicus is starting to pull a gap on the flater, but as TD very rightfully says, it does need to pit again. As the race continues, there's a big battle now forming behind Cod Camper all the way down to P10. Trying to replicate the real-life turn 6 incident, says Demon. If you watch the Qatar Grand Prix. Hale's not happy with, says Chaz, in case you don't know who Chaz is, that is BLTCM21. Who, after that pit stop, is running plumb last at the moment. Top Gun trying to make a move on Deflated here. But his red flag flashing, no more DRS to defend himself from Venicus. The longer that these two fight, Venicus actually could be in a decent spot if there's another safety car here. Padge has two. It's to the penalty pandemonium. Ironically, the top 3 have penalties, but the next 3 do not. So
Jacob is on to
it's Jacob, they have
2, and Greg is also on 2.
and hitting is Venicus. So not risking it for another safety car. And Top Gun now. DRS open. Deflated has no battery. But we all know what's happening here.
Shock.
And it does. Grateful that there's no more contact.
Between Williams.
Yes. And in the chat there is a clip taken by Joseph Hills of his own stream. Feel free to check that one out. It's, we'll try and keep the stewarding politics out of the stream as much as we can. Jacob is Pascal Camper and up into 3rd place. He said Venicus had to pit again. He has now done that. Jacob without any time penalties. Proud owner of a possible podium slot. Smaller Smiley and Jellyman, by the way, up into 5th and 6th. They were running, I think, 14th and 15th in the safety car period, so they've had a wonderful restart. CM21 calls it quits. If he does get a time penalty from the steward, that will have to be served next race. Because CM21 has retired from this one. So maybe it was clever just to finish this race. I haven't got enough time to look at that clip, Joseph, so I can't comment on it, but I will after the race. Deflated takes the lead right back. No one in this battle here close enough to make a move. This thing stands. Deflated and Top Gun. Oh, I was about to say both of them have 3 seconds, but Top Gun has 6. So, as things stands, Jacob will be second. And Cobb Camper, if he can stay within 6 seconds of Top Gun, he will be on the podium too. Smaller Smiley here could be thinking, well, if I can get past Cobb Camper here, podium could be mine. Gap to leader. Let's have a look at gap to leader. There you go. They made contact at the kink in turn 3. Thank you, John. Very nice of you. Thank you very much. Maybe TD can give some insight once he's had a look at it.
Oh, we've even got face cam.
Oh dear.
Oh, I can't wait to see Joe's reaction.
Probably not.
Yeah, Joe did nothing wrong.
There we go. He has been involved in some unlucky incidents this season, so safe to say Joseph will be a bit annoyed about that one. Evenica's fastest lap of the race, brand new soft compound tyre, has 7 seconds to catch up to that guy, and we have 7 laps remaining. Jacob now 6 seconds off of deflated. If these two can continue to DRS each other here, Top Gun will salvage P2. Maybe that's his hope by swapping the race lead with deflated every race, every lap.
It's not a bad idea. It's a bit of
Joseph.
a high tech.
Joseph feels because he won. He was sat chilling with no pens, quote, while everyone else had pens. So deflated got that penalty while going 3 wide. So just before, Joseph was the only one of that group not to have a time penalty. Three race-winning contenders, drivers out of this Grand Prix. Josh Joseph, CM21, for a variety of reasons, but mainly.
I love you know that a frog might have won this race.
In which portion of the race was he on for the race win?
You never know. There might have been an extreme safety car, everyone hit.
Well, in that case, yeah, but it hasn't happened, so I can't.
Don't rule frog out.
I'm not ruling him out. I'm just saying at the point he wasn't in contention to win. I'm not even sure Frog would argue with me. John, you need to tell me the 2 people that were facing the wrong way at turn 1, lap 1, that one of them will be on the podium. Well, I believe contact happened in the sprint race, so if Jacob does get a penalty for that, then maybe add it to his sprint result instead of his feature result.
It will be.
So Top Gun
in the sprint. Good. So.
Top Gun here is I don't think the best strategy for Top Gun, because with the 6-second penalty, he's DRSing off of deflated, and that's great. But that
he
gap,
just can't pull away, so there's not that he can really do.
The gap is staying at 6 seconds the whole time, so he must be looking behind him on the MFD, going, well, I'm 6 seconds ahead. I've got 6 seconds of time penalties here as Bloisy retires. So this is going to come down to the wire.
He's too fussed about deflated. I think he's just fussed about Jacob, but I think the strategy that he is doing is the right one. Because DRSing off each other, deflated and Top Gun both have extremely similar pairs. and
Top
just
Gunners.
and DRS and each other, you're getting a good 4 tenths just around the straight as it is.
Top Gun has pulled half a second on Jacob this lap, so either Jacob has had some kind of struggles on lap 25, or maybe Top Gun's just found a bit of extra pace here and has got some momentum. Small and Smiley won't be on the podium as things stand. He's 1.2 behind Jacob. And Jellyman, with the time penalty, is just following his teammate and defending from that guy, which is very sensible strategy. Venicus is closing that gap. You can see just in the background there that Mercedes car was 8 seconds behind after the pit stops, but might find himself trying to fight his way through these cars in the next couple of laps.
He might be able to catch up, but it's hard. How much of a gap has he got? 3 seconds. Close, I reckon.
Josh can't even win a game of Fortnite now. It's never rains but it pours, ironically, in Qatar when the rain doesn't fall.
Unless it's honestly,
Let's bring up then the time penalties for the remainder of the race. Deflated will win this Grand Prix, as things stand, unless he gets another time penalty.
Please say it as things stand.
Unless Deflated Wii gets a 6-second time penalty.
Or spins and crashes.
Or spins and crashes.
I
make it sound like
comes out and everyone takes us off. Oh.
I make it sound like I don't want him to win, but I'm impartial. Here goes Venicus down the inside of that guy, and yeah, we could assume how that one was going to end. Venicus was going to beat him on time penalties anyway, so that guy.
If Venicus wants the podium, no, he won't get the podium anyway. Penalties, but if he wants to finish on track on the podium, he kind of has to get Jelly out here. Oh, dear.
Commentator's curse.
Yes, it happened. The TD curse and commentator's curse continues.
This is when Deflated 3 gets his another time penalty.
And Tom wins. Come on, Deflated, go off the track.
It's just not working. There's clearly no such thing as a commentator's
curse. Deflated, come on.
Venicus here is the one to watch. He may not be on the podium, but he might salvage P4 if things go his way. But he needs to get past Jellyman here. He's been following his teammate for the best part of almost like 15 laps, to be honest. Most of this race at the very minimum. But now Venicus is on the charge. How long can those soft tyres last? There are 2 to go. Top Gun is leading this race, but the time penalty situation means Deflated will extend his lead in the championship to 55 points as things stand. Jacob just hasn't had the pace to stay with the top 2 in terms of.
Smaller than DRS now.
And he is.
Last lap battle for the podium. Collision. Oh.
Well, Venicus needs to be careful here because as eager as he is to get past and try and build a gap, I'm not sure it's going to be a sensible idea battling really heavily with Smaller Smiley here. Because the only way Venicus will beat Smaller Smiley here is if he pumps him off track. Don't say that again. Smaller Smiley will hate you.
And you keep saying this and then tapping to be all these fingers together.
Deflated takes the lead on the final lap of the race, down into turn 1. It won't make too much of a difference anyway with the time penalty situation unless Deflated gets one this lap. in that case, that move was for the win. Avenicus up into P4. Smaller Smiley's job now is to try and follow Avenicus as closely as he can. Hope that Avenicus holds up Jacob. Richie has had an issue. He's lost a couple of places, but he's gaining them back. So a big battle here for 9th. Richie, Greg, Camper.
Oh, Avenicus.
It's been a beautiful race in terms of drama and action and not knowing what's going to happen. Deflated, though, hasn't really put a foot wrong. The only thing you could say he did wrong was stick around the outside at turn 1, which caused most of the drama in this race. But can't really say that was his fault.
Oh!
Oh, he almost got a penalty there.
Deflated drag racing to the line! Who gets it on the track? Oh, Deflated gets it anyway.
Deflated takes the lead of the retains the lead of the championship and extends it to 55 points with just 6 races remaining. I think Jacob gets the podium from Smaller Smiley by just 7/10 of a second. Great race from Smaller considering he was last at lap 1. Jellyman has run out of fuel on the line and will stay in P7 as Aya beats his teammate Richie on track with some questionable dancing. Richie, with that penalty, misses out on some points. Greg and Cod nick them. Padge just not quite been in the race for him as he finishes the race in 12th. High number of incidents for the steward, perhaps, after the race. Most notably, Josh retiring from contact with CM21. Joseph Hales got contact as well with CM21 that led to his retirement. But can't really put any blame or any fault of any of this on Deflated. That engineer had very wide eyes. Looked a bit creepy. I'm not going to risk an interview today. I don't trust my stream. But there we go. Provisionally speaking, Deflated wins this race and extends the lead at the top of the championship to 55 points with 6 to go. Top Gun, another great podium. Didn't do an awful lot wrong, just the time penalties cost him in the end, with 2 in total. Jacob battling with Smaller Smiley, but 2 incidents with them, 1 in the sprint and 1 in the feature, I believe. So we'll have to wait and see if anything changes with time penalties, but both great drives. Avenicus, just the wrong strategy in the end, going on the softs, but salvages a P5 with the fastest lap of the race. I didn't get all the results, that's my bad. Hopefully someone's got the screenshots. But driver of the day will be decided in the Discord with the driver vote. TD, who do you think should be in with a shot at getting driver of the day tonight?
Top Gun, Deflated, Josh, no, I'm joking. Yeah, Top Gun, Deflated. Smaller Smile because it was P12. So.
Yeah, we'll get them.
Because Jellyman would have been P5 if he didn't run out of fuel.
We'll get them in the Discord. You can vote. If you're nominated, you can vote for yourself. Just 1 vote per person, please. And yeah, you've got 24 hours to vote for your driver of the day. It's been an up and down stream in terms of quality, so I apologise for the first portion of the stream. Hopefully we'll try and get something sorted for next week, otherwise we might
It's
just
because he's ugly muggles on the face, on the screen, guys, that's what.
And on that moment, I'm going to kick TD out of my stream. If you insult me again, I'm kicking you from the league.
You have a terrible man bun.
He's gone. TD's gone, everyone.
Woo! Howdy!
No, everyone. Thanks, Tom, for joining me. And
Yeah, you know what I was start to say, always a pleasure, never a chore.
Why do you insist on stealing his phrase? Let him have his own phrase.
No,
Hopefully, Padge, when you watch the highlights for this and put it in the highlight channel video, so hopefully it's salvageable. Shut up, TD. I am closing the stream. Join us on Sunday night for Assisted 2, once again, sprint race at Qatar. Exactly the same format as we've had tonight. Next week, we are in Circuit of the Americas.
the worst track in the whole world.
In potentially the worst track in the whole of the world. So make sure to join us on Tuesday for Nemesis and Thursday for 81. Hopefully we can get some kind of good stream out next week. But yeah, thank you to the chat for sticking with us. And
People won't be here next week.
No, because
Guess who will be?
It's my birthday next week, so
No, I'm singing happy birthday on stream to you.
I'll look forward to it. Thank you very much for joining us.
For you guys. Okay, you will have a stream, don't we?
Yeah, you are, for sure. But yeah, thank you very much, and we will see you on Sunday for Assisted 2. Ciao.
Bye.